Alright, hi, my name is Ondrej Smeykal, and I will try to give you some short advices how to start with the circle breathing. Circle breathing, it's not easy, and I was self-taught for long years ago. When I started to play, I had a teacher, and it took me a long time to get through the circle breathing. It's difficult to go through when you don't have good information how to do it, but with the short exact information, if you can follow, you can make it actually very easy. So my first advice is try it, make it first without didgeridoo. Just try to understand the motions of your lips, motions of your tongue, motions of your cheeks, motions of your jaw, your breathing system before you start to actually make the drone on a didgeridoo. Because making a circular breathing and at the same time keeping eye on keeping a nice clean drone, it's like double focus. You try and be focused on one thing, it's always better. Don't mess things together, it will just take you longer and longer go through. So when I started to thinking about how to make the circular breathing, I was practicing everywhere, in a park, in a bus, going shopping, everywhere I could possibly to take time to think about. I wanted to be able to practice, so this is also why I'm giving you advice to do circular breathing and practicing circular breathing without instrument, just to get that muscles memory and get that memory into your body, so you will understand circular breathing and your body will memorize it, so you don't have to think about it. And after, you will grab your instrument and you will try to make nice drone with the circular breathing after. So that's my advice, start with the circular breathing without instrument. Now we continue. I will try now to show you 3 steps how your body works when you go through the circular breathing, and we will try to practice each step separately. And always you feel that you're done, your body memorized that step, you can continue. Don't try to go over if you don't understand the step number 1. Don't go number 3 if you don't understand step number 2, right? So we will go step 1, step 2, step 3. After that we will go step 1 to 3. Maybe I will show later 1 2 3 1. So you looping the circular breathing on the end, but first try to body memorize each step. Alright, so what is the step number 1? Step number 1, it's actually the breathe in. I'm showing you the practice. So that's what I'm showing you now. It's not the way how you will play on an instrument, but it's the way how to practice to playing later. So step number 1, it's breathe in. Step number 3 is breathe out. And step number 2, it's a bridge between breathe in and breathe out. So when you will practice 1 2 3, you starting your practicing is the breathing in. Because when you loop it later and you go 1 2 3, you always, the best action of mind is on the first step you're trying to do. And first step number 1 is actually most difficult, make the breathe in with the sound. So that's why we're starting from the breathe in. But when you're playing, you're actually starting in real, as the artist, you're starting playing with the number 3, with the breathe out. So don't make mistake, this is the practice, how to make the circle breathing. This is not the way how to start to play on instrument, this is the way how to start to make the practicing circle breathing. So we're starting from the number 1, which is breathe in. Breathe in is a way how to bring air through the nose to your lungs, and at the same time cover the situation with the sound of your lips. We're doing it without instrument, we are doing it just the listening, the sound of the lips. So don't be focused on what kind of sound is going out, it doesn't matter. The thing is that we have to practice how to push the air through our mouth out and be able to breathe in. Right, so breathing in. What really is helping to make this operation very well done, it's trying for first to understand what is the action of the mouth. Because actually our body, there are 2 bellows. One bellow is our lungs and one bellow is our mouth. When we're playing circular breathing, when we're using circular breathing, we're switching those 2 bellows all the time. So for first, it's good to understand what is this part of the breathe out. When I'm breathing out, now I'm pushing air from the lungs, and now I'm pushing air from my mouth. So before we can go to the all situation, we have to be able to separate those two places. So consciously try to understand when you push your breath out from your body and when you're pushing your air from your body just from your mouth, just from mouth. You don't using your body pushing, it's only mouth pushing. And it really doesn't matter how long push you're doing. Now it's just about understanding those two separate bellows. Using the body pushing and now using just mouth pushing out. If we cannot separate consciously those two places, we cannot start doing circular breathing. This is the first important step. If I'm able to recognize the difference between this push and this push, now I can go to the step one. So, what is the step number one? Step number one, it's time when I'm breathing by nose in, and at the same time I'm pushing breath, not breath, I'm pushing air out of my mouth. So, as I was practicing as the self-taught, I realized that the best to start with for number one is pushing with your jaw. So actually I'm not using the cheeks, I'm pushing jaw up. Try to feel like when you got really big chewing gum in your gum, you're actually biting air. And you're pushing air out because there is so much air in your mouth that bringing the jaw up, it's already making the loose air from your lips. So now we're practicing that jaw up movement. And we're trying to breathe on that moment. How to start that? Start first just with the biting. And try to breathe in a point when your jaw is coming up, and breathe by nose out when his jaw is coming down. Listen and follow the jaw movements like you biting. I'm breathing in, my jaw is coming up, my jaw is coming down, I'm breathing out. Memorize this principle because the body needs time to memorize it. So practice that at least 20 minutes. Each step practice at least 20 minutes. So body memorizing that, right? So if you feel like you don't have trouble with this point, now try to continue, but now you breathe in with the nose when jaw goes up. Okay, this we understand that, that's body memory already. So now I'm trying doing the same thing, but I'm pushing the jaw up quickly here, so I got loose of the air from my lips. So basic technique is, I'm trying to fill my mouth as much I can with the air. That much, that just a little movement of my jaw up will make that loose. Look at me, I'm not using cheeks at all. Cheeks are really passive. Active part of that practice is, it's only jaw up. I'm not using cheeks, remember that, very important. I'm using jaw up and down. I got a lot of air in my mouth, so each just movement up makes the loose of the air, and that's the time I'm breathing in. What is next really important thing is that the time you're breathing your jaw up and down, that's actually timing, which shows you how long can be your breath. So your breath is really limited just by the action of jaw movement up. Once your teeth are connected, you cannot breathe anymore. So when you hear in your head your teeth are locked, when you hear that sound inside because you're bringing jaw up, you have to stop your breath. So what also you're practicing in this step, is the timing. How is the breath long? This is very important, because if you want to make loop of the circular breathing, the breath has very specific length. If you make it longer, you cannot loop it anymore. So we're practicing biting up and down. When the jaw goes up, I'm breathing in. My breath can be just that long as long I'm bringing jaw up, and that bringing jaw up make the loose air out of my lips. So this is step number 1. You see, I'm not using cheeks, I'm using just jaw up. The length of the breathe in, it's same length as the sound which coming out from my mouth, and it's done by the jaw bringing up. So it's covered from the beginning to the end. If you will make your breath longer, you cannot make loop. So the jaw up and down shows you how is the breath long. So this is step number 1. That's it. If you cannot make it, if you have trouble with the breathing point and making the sound, make one step lower, so you're just biting the air. This is easier. So when you memorize that, you can go again higher. Okay, this is step number 1.